There's never been a legal battle the way Manchester City is. I'm doing my best to protest against the Premier League organizing committee. All the time. The current champions. The court has accepted to be involved in the 115-count financial violations, but at the same time, it's self-respecting, the opposite of Premier. There has also been information recently to the grave that I just won a case against the UK's #1 tournament organisers. This case is related to the funding rules between the owners or related companies with the sponsored club. It's called the Apt Stakeholder Trading System. And once you ride that high wave, City will be more confident. Prove yourself innocent in the future. Preparing steps for the Premier League protests, which was the superstructure of the yard set up a few months ago. According to Man City, proceed to collect documents with a total of 165 profile to denounce the Premier League organizing committee. This team confirmed having the boss come from Abu Dhabi. The UAE has led to visible discrimination. Signs of elimination middle copper in the Premier League and many other clubs. Previously, the Premier also applied the rule Apt-related transactions on 2/2000 two fads after Newcastle successfully changed owners, also from the Middle East. Also during that time, Man City accused conceal the payment to the boss Ekip Ma Sua. Done through third parties. And easy camouflage. Funding revenue. To put it simply, many teams have super-rich owners considered to receive public funding from the parent company every year for Man City, City Football Group. He also owns many subsidiaries, and when one of these companies get related funding, Man City will automatically receive that money. While waiting for a ruling from the court with allegations of Man City violations, Premier League organizers have implemented Apt rules to stop the club's use of contract funding from companies associated with the owner to increase income and spending capacity. Even decisions in APT limit borrowing transfer between the players of the related clubs, only 12 votes instead of 14. As usual, there are 2 abstentions. The heart of this issue, it's personal liability. That's what the team leaders have to do if their club violation of financial regulations. This has affected the financial ability of the clubs, with some teams trying to further tighten regulations. Since Apt was applied, Man City have been the strongest resistance team on the basis that rules that the Premier League makes are against the competition, and there's a purpose to restrict the free trade rights of the clubs, and therefore limited economic competition. In the application for premium compensation, 165 pages of Man City that these rules not in accordance with UK business law. According to Skyford journalist McKeegan, the panel of judges agreed that the FPT system, it's really not legal. They also pointed out that the Himpians made a mistake to block 2 Manchester City club sponsorship deals. Side of the ETI hat confirmed their sponsorship deals have been scrapped by the Premier League, and given that the organizing committee of the 6 foreign tournament violates the law of competition. This case is not related to Man City's hearing about 115 allegations of financial rule violations. Man City's legal team supposed to have won in 7 of their arguments, although many of their claims were rejected by the council. As soon as the results are reported, the Premier League will release an official written statement. When the purpose of welcoming the findings of the court, this confirmed the overall goals, legal framework, and the decision-making process of the FPT system. The court confirmed the need for the FPT system as a whole, and dismissed most of Man City's challenges. The court found that the rules were essential to federated financial control measures. This effect can be seen clearly. Man City are winning a small part in their own case for the Premier League. Also from here, the toughest tournament on the planet is split 7 years apart, to ally to many sides of the battle line. Easy to recognize. Arsenal and Liverpool are the top 3. He is supporting the Premier League when he is sued by Man City, simply because if the houses there are disadvantages to winning, the teams mentioned above, they will all receive more positive reviews from the organizing committee. On the contrary, they lose nothing. Own Gunner, as early as June, have actively submitted evidence to the Premier League. The ambition of Man City God. I don't know if it will succeed or not. And when there was opposition, Chelsea, Everton, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest is going against the crowd to be a living witness for Man City. It is easy to understand that all 4 clubs have mentioned above and will be involved in Apt rules. So instead of running, they chose to back Man City to find the love of hope. But in front of me, Man City will need to prioritize winning this case completely to make pedals against 115 allegations of financial violations. This is probably the most difficult season that the Herod team has to go through, constantly encountering the evil trauma. Make the pillars in Pep Potterilla's hands. Long-term absence. He is still with Liverpool. Arsenal create 3 code race. But in fact, Man City are lucky not having to accept the 7 failures. The performance of the KU Premier League champions really going down over time by the influence of the lawsuits. The decision is expected to be made in early 2000, not 100, but there's still the possibility of appeal. Let the case continue to drag on. If it's that long, season 2000 April 2nd, 2002 are raising risks and encountering countless obstacles, on and off the grass, by the minds of the players. We're focusing on many sides. But there's another hidden conspiracy. Also mentioned is Man City will be based on the results to decide what tournament they're going to enter. Anyone can see that. Dense schedule and some matches increased dizzy are making for the season. We've seen a series of injuries from the top-class SAOs in Europe. Instead of complaining to UEFA, even FIFA, but it doesn't work. Man City can think about it. Will return to the Super League? To borrow reputation, call on other teams to join. It should be noted that at the end of 2002, BA European Mathematical Justice ICJ, a decision has been made regarding the Super League. The tournament can be organized, UEFA and FIFA, violated by EU law when deliberately blocking the Super League. However, then the ICJ's 6 verdicts. It seems only the president of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez, and Barcelona, the team that is in debt, is delighted. Most of the top clubs in Europe, none support. In the past, Atletico Madrid, Peter Asimi, and Juventus, Tottenham and Man City, they all withdrew from this tournament because of the outcry from the fans, as well as the parties involved. Important thing, they're not sure if they're going to sacrifice their rights to protest. But with the UEFA situation, increase the number to increase sales. There are many players and coaches. They called for strikes against the union. See also Manchester City. We can prepare for the final solution to count the lost case against 115 charges, denouncing the Premier League. It is not a team that dares to change. But not through. There's no avant-garde team to make an impact. The City crowd has a lot going on. Like Guardiola's side are straining in his final season with the club. Clear Etihad Field at the moment. There's a lot of slow-motion bombs, and the fans stay focused follow to recognize the area as well as how big the impact will be. Manchester City can no longer turn around, even as the Premier League champion, but he's still out of the picture. I'd like to ask you to postpone a few rounds. I had to attend the FIFA World Cup class. Man City is now like the hard thorn of the organizers. The legal battle promises to continue. Man City's ambition is still there. Popilla is still determined and doing well in the final season before returning to the role of a remote watcher to see where the fate of the AD team will go.